Hello guys, good evening. So we're going to learn today this trigonometry chapter right from the basic onwards. Like there would be approximately 4 topics in all to learn this trigonometry chapter. And this is 9th standard first topic, trigonometrical ratios. So what exactly is trigonometry and where exactly it has been utilized and why it is important to learn? All these questions might be in your head at the moment. But don't worry, I'll just teach you slowly, gradually how it is important, why it is important, and then probably in this during the lectures your many basic concepts will get clear of this trigonometry chapter and it will help you in further. Okay, so what exactly is trigonometry? See over here, if you'll see the word tri means 3, gono means like kind of polygons, like closed bounded figure. So 3-sided polygons. Metry means study. So like 3-sided polygon study is called as trigonometry. So in basically in the 9th standard, we will going to focus only on the right angle triangle. But as we'll move ahead in say standard 11th and 12th, you can apply this trigonometry in any kind of geometrical figures. So no worries. At the moment, what exactly is trigonometry? Basically, in case if we have to calculate the distance between the two objects, or the height of the one particular object, in case if we have to calculate, then trigonometry is standardly utilized out there. And the concepts are based on there are 6 T ratios or 6 trigonometric ratios. Now, what are those 6 T ratios we're going to learn in this particular topic, trigonometrical ratios? Okay, so I guess I could not explain you the entire chapter in these 2 hours because it will going to take say almost 8 hours, like 2 hours, 2 hours and 2 hours, something like that. So we'll have to have almost 3 to 4 week sessions like this way, and then trigonometry will get covered at least for the 9th standard. Again, it will going to repeat in the standard 10th, where we'll be recording at least 2 to 3 lectures or 2 to 3 classes, and then it will go on. I hope I'm going to make you very easily this topic, and if you'll pay attention very carefully, you will be able to learn it nicely. Okay, so this is what I already taught you, like what is syllabus. So we're going to learn sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. Then we're going to learn in second chapter like standard angle table, like 30 degrees, 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. Then we will going to learn in third chapter 2D problems, how to solve by using trigonometry, some how to find the height or how to find the distances, that 2D problems involving in one right angle triangle we're going to learn in third chapter. And in the fourth chapter, that is something called as ratios of complementary angles we're going to learn. So this is how in 4 chapters this entire 9th standard trigonometry syllabus has been distributed. So we're going to learn one by one slowly. So today our focus would be only on topic A. Are you getting it? So we'll move ahead quickly and we'll try and learn first of all what exactly is right angle triangle, student. So what exactly is right angle triangle? Look at this over here, triangle ABC. You could see triangle ABC. So these are like if you'll see, sir, all 3 are right angle triangle, but in all the 3 right angle triangles, see the reference angle is different. Say what exactly is reference angle, what exactly the components of the right angle triangle. Let me explain to you everything in small and parts. Okay, so look at this. This is right angle triangle ABC, which is right angle at B. So right angle triangle is right angled at B, matlab the angle B is 90 degree. You got it? Now side opposite to the B is called as AC, which is also called as hypotenuse. What is it called as? Hypotenuse. Now if our reference angle is A, then this side BC is called as opposite side, and then the side AB is called as adjacent side. I'll repeat. I have started the topic, guys. So this is called as hypotenuse. AC is called as hypotenuse, and AB is called as, since our reference angle is A, AB is called as adjacent side, and then this BC is called as opposite side. BC is called as opposite side. You can keep saying at your end, BC is called as opposite side, AB is called as adjacent side with respect to angle A. Understand, with respect to angle A. AB is called as adjacent side, and then this AC is called as hypotenuse. Okay, now when our reference angle has been changed, look at this. This angle A was our reference angle. Now our reference angle is C. Are you getting it? So with respect to C, this AC would be also called as hypotenuse, BC will be called as adjacent side and AB will be called as opposite side. Why? Because side AB is opposite to angle C. Side AB is opposite to angle C. Side BC is adjacent to angle C. That's the reason it is called as adjacent side. This is opposite side and this is hypotenuse. One second, I'll try and write something so that you'll understand this. Okay. And over here, if you'll see this is angle R. This is angle R. Now, angle R is our reference angle. What is this? Angle R is our reference angle. So, which would be opposite side? Very good. PQ would be opposite side. Which would be adjacent side with respect to R? RQ would be adjacent side. RQ would be adjacent side. And what would be this? PR is called as? PR is called as hypotenuse. I hope you have understood. Please draw this 3 diagram and write it down in each side what it is called as. With respect to A, this is opposite, this is adjacent. With respect to C, this is opposite, this is adjacent. And with respect to R, this is opposite and this is adjacent. And these, the side opposite to the 90 degrees is always called as hypotenuse. I hope you understood till here. Okay, now I hope you have paused this video and written all these 3 diagrams in your book. And now students, the next concept starts. So some people, like, they call this side BC or the opposite side as perpendicular. What they call it? Perpendicular. Okay. And some people call this adjacent side as base. And the hypotenuse remain the same, like as it is. So some people call it perpendicular base and hypotenuse, and some people call it opposite side, adjacent side, and hypotenuse. Okay, now why I told you that, you'll understand in my next slide. So before moving ahead, just remember that someone asked me right now, so what is this alpha? So what is this alpha? Alpha is nothing but some Greek alphabet. Okay, they use these alphabets for how we use X and Y for variable, our English alphabets, like that way, alpha, beta, gamma, theta, phi, all these are like theta, phi, alpha, beta, gamma, all these are Greek alphabets. Okay, and then they use these Greek letters for some variables. Variables mean the angles which will going to keep changing like that. Okay, now say suppose if this is a right angle triangle ABC, then this is called as the opposite side of this theta. This is called as the adjacent side of this theta, and this is called as hypotenuse, which we just wrote it down in our book, isn't it? Something like that. Okay, now with this diagram, I'm going to teach you the 6 T ratios. What is sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec? See, you have to write in the same order only. Sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. Now, see, abbreviation for this opposite is O, adjacent is A, and hypotenuse is H. Now, I hope everyone knows by now what is opposite, what is adjacent, and what is hypotenuse. Some people call this opposite as perpendicular, adjacent as base, and hypotenuse as hypotenuse. Okay. So, what is sine ratio? Sine ratio is nothing but O, that is opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite upon hypotenuse. So, in this particular case, opposite would be AB, and hypotenuse would be AC. So the sine theta would be AB upon AC. I hope you understood this. So this would be called as AB upon AC.
Sir, can you repeat this?
Yes. So what is sine theta? Sine theta is, or what is this sine ratio is? Sine ratio is opposite upon hypotenuse. So this is sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse. So opposite is AB. Opposite is AB, and hypotenuse is AC. I hope you understood this. So suppose if this is written as 3, so this is written as 3, this is written as 4, and let's say this is 5. If this is 5, then what will be sine theta? 3 by 5. What will be sine theta? 3 upon 5. I hope you understood this. Okay. Now what is cos theta? We'll move a little ahead. What is cos theta? Cos theta is that is adjacent upon hypotenuse. What is cos theta? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. So in this case, adjacent would be BC and hypotenuse would be AC. So that would be 4 by 5. I hope you understood. I'll repeat once again. What is this? This is second T ratio, that is cos theta. First one was sine, second is cos. Cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse. So let you remember O, A, OA. Sine, cos, tan. I'll repeat O, A, OA. Sine, cos, tan. O, A, OA. Sine, cos, tan. So what will be adjacent upon hypotenuse over here? BC upon AC. So this will become 4 by 5. And in tan, what is tan? Tan is OA, that is opposite upon adjacent. So that will become 3 by 4. I hope you understood. Now, what are the next three T ratios? So tans, and then thereafter it comes cot. Actually, it is a reciprocal of tan. So cot is reciprocal of tan, or tan is reciprocal of cot. So this becomes, look at this. This is OA, cot becomes AO. So it will become 4 by 3. I hope you understood. This is very nice and very simple. 4 by 3. Okay. Now next thing is sec. What is this sec? Okay, sec is reciprocal of cos, or cos is reciprocal of sec. Cos is reciprocal of sec, and sec is reciprocal of cos. And now suppose this is adjacent upon hypotenuse, this would be hypotenuse upon adjacent. And then cosec would be reciprocal of sine. Cosec would be reciprocal of sine, or sine would be reciprocal of cosec. So what is sine? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So this will become hypotenuse upon opposite. I hope you understood this. Please put it quickly in your book. Hurry up, guys. So suppose this is the sum number 1. From the given figure, find sine A, cos C, tan A, cosec C, sec square A minus tan square A. So now someone who is doing first time, they'll find this sum is very difficult. But don't worry student, the sum is very, very simple. Let me show you how exactly it should be done. So first of all, you have to consider this is a right angle triangle ABC. And now it is right angle at where? It is right angle at B. When it is right angle at B, and if this is side 5 and this is 13 centimeter, then we can calculate what is the length of BC. What is the length of BC, guys? So for that, we'll have to use Pythagoras theorem. In triangle ABC, look at this. This is triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. Now, what is AC square over here? We'll use 13 square is equal to AB is 5, so 5 square plus BC square. So BC square will become 169 minus 25, that will be 144. That is BC square. So what will be length of BC? So the length of BC would be 12. Length of BC would be 12 unit, isn't it? Now once we'll get this is as 12, इसके बाद वाली story बहुत interesting है guys. Pay attention on the screen. Now we have to calculate sin A. What will you calculate? Sin A. What is sin A? Sin is basically O, that is opposite upon hypotenuse. What is it? Sine? Opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite of what? Opposite of angle A. So opposite of angle A is 12, isn't it? And hypotenuse is opposite to angle B, that is 12 by 13. I hope you understood how I got this 12 by 13. Is it very simple? That's nice. Now what is the next part? We will try and do what is cos C. Now understand student, this is C is our reference angle. So first of all, you should know what are the correct formulas, and second thing, you should know what is a correct reference angle. There are two interesting things. One is, okay, what ratio you're looking and with respect to which angle, and second thing, what is the correct formula. Okay, so we are using right now cos with respect to C. So what is cos ratio, or what is cos formula? That is adjacent upon hypotenuse. What is cos ratio? Adjacent upon hypotenuse, or else in other language, base upon hypotenuse. Okay, so what is this cos C with respect to C? With respect to C, this will become opposite, this will become adjacent, and this will become hypotenuse. So 12 by 13. Did you understood? Okay, so it became 12 by 13. I hope you understood this cos C. Now, can you calculate this tan A? Look at this. What is tan A? OA. tan is OA. So with respect to which angle? With respect to angle A. So this would be opposite side and this would be adjacent side. So this is 12 upon 5. I hope you got this. That's nice. This is 12 because with respect to A, this is opposite, which is 12, and adjacent would be with respect to angle A, that is 5. I hope you understood this answer as 12 by 5. Now try solving by your own. What is cosec C? Cosec C? Cosec C would be, okay, cosec, what is cosec ratio? Yes, it is reciprocal of sine ratio, reciprocal of sine. So sine kya hai? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So cosec will become hypotenuse upon opposite side. Hypotenuse upon opposite side. Now with respect to what? With respect to angle C. With respect to angle C, what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse would be 13. And what will be opposite side? 5. So this ratio will become 13 upon 5. I hope you understood this, guys.
Sir,
That's nice. 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me just finish this sum and then you ask your doubts. So what is sec square A minus tan square A? We have to calculate. What is sec square A? So first of all, we must know what is sec A. What is sec A? Sec would be reciprocal of cos. So sec would be reciprocal of cos. That means cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse, isn't it? So it will become adjacent upon hypotenuse, the whole square, minus, what is this? Tan A is OA. That is, see, first of all, I'm writing the formulas. Are you getting it? I'm writing the formulas. Once I write the formula, I'll see the reference angle. What is the reference angle? Reference angle is A. So from A, this is adjacent and this is opposite. From reference angle A, this would be adjacent side, this would be opposite side, and this would be hypotenuse. Okay, so now sec A हमको चाहिए. So that is adjacent upon hypotenuse. That is 5 upon 13 the whole square. I hope you understood this. 5 upon 13 the whole square minus opposite upon adjacent. Opposite upon adjacent the whole square. That is 12 upon 5 the whole square. And then just keep doing that squaring and then that solving part of this. I guess that is very simple for you all. 5 ka square 25, 13 ka square would be 169 and minus this will become 144 upon 25 and then so on. And I guess इसके बाद आपको solve करने को आ जाएगा. This will become 125.
sir,
Yes.
Sir, won't sec be hypotenuse upon base?
yeah, it should
Okay.
be
So
H
yeah,
upon
yeah,
A.
yeah. So this should be actually. One second.
No, sir. Over here you have